So, welcome guys. Let's start the session. All right. I hope you guys able to see me, right? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
we discussed about the basic fundamental of the routings, right? And we understand what is the basic fundamentals. We discuss about the rave versus fave. We discuss about the like routing protocol versus routed protocols. Now we have to start doing discussion about the core concept of the routing, right? How routing is going to work. And if I have to configure the routing, then how it is going to configure. Let me show you. So let me see if the recording is on. So I hope you guys are able to see my screen, right? So we'll start with the very scratch, very basics. We'll just do the basic lab testing for kind of the static routing, basically how the static routing is going to happen, and then we'll move to the dynamic routings. So on a small lab, right, just for the refreshers, so you guys can get little bit idea, okay, because we are starting from the zero, okay. So if anyone not having any idea how it is going to configure the static routing, so at least you understand how it is going to configure the static routing. Even I will do the floating static routing configuration, because we discuss this concept, what is the floating static route as well. So let's take a two subnets. I will use here. I will use one more subnet here, and this is going to be 172.16.10.0. So we have to make a reachability from R1 to R2. Hi Tarun, hi Prashant. You guys able to see me? Hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes.
All right, welcome to the class. So this is just day one, right? And we are doing the from the static routing configuration, because we are starting this NRC. So we discussed in previous session just fundamental things, but now actual configuration from the static routing we are starting, and then we'll move to the advanced routings. But we are just building some base concept. So you guys can have the good understanding. So what is our goal? The first goal, how to configure the static routing. This is our first goal. And the second goal, if I have to configure the floating static routing, then how the floating static routing is going to be configured. So I will use these two subnets. These two subnets, one IP I'll assign like dot one from this here, dot two from here, dot one here, and dot two here. And the first goal, we have to make the end-to-end reachability from these two routers. And then we'll see whether they are able to reach or not, and how it is going to be reachable. So I will go and put no. Wait for a while. This is booted, but this is still not booted. But now it's ready. Okay, so we have to wait. Okay, now we are ready. So first thing, I will go in the config T, and I hope you guys are aware about the basic configuration, privilege mode, and the enable modes. And if no, just let me know. I'll recap that. I'll put this host name as R2. I'm just assuming coming from the CCNA, so you guys have this all good understanding about the command lines. Because I want to make sure you guys have the from zero to hero level of knowledge from the everything about the routing. And so if anyone is going to ask anything about the routings, you guys should have the full confidence to answer that. Host name is going to be R1, right? This is the first thing. Now, if I'll go do show IP interface brief, there are multiple interfaces, and here also I will do the do show IP interface brief. This also have the multiple interfaces. So what I'll do that, I will go here and assign the IP address, the gig 0 by 0 and 0 by 1. So let me go and assign the IP address interface gig 0 by 0. And here is going to be IP address 172.16.10.1, 255, 255, 255.0 and no shut. The another interface I will use, that's going to be 0 by 1 and IP address is going to be 192.168.10.1, 255, 255, 255.0 and no shut. I'll create one loopback also. The loopback is 1. Okay. So I will go here, interface loopback. I will create one IP address 1.1.1, right? 255, 255, 255.255 and do right. That's all. So I just created three interfaces. One is a loopback, two is a physical, and I'll just make the configuration right here. Now I will go here. Devi, can you mute yourself, man? It's my request. Okay, thank you so much for muting yourself. All right, so the next step, okay, what I can do that, I will run the command show IP interface brief, and this is going to show the interface detail, and then I'll go on the interfaces. Interface, this interface is going to be gig 0 by 0 and gig 0 by 1. So I will go first gig 0 by 0 and IP address 172.16.10.2 to 55 to 55, then 0, no shut. Before I move to the second interface, I will just make sure my point-to-point reachability is there. This is the best practice you have to always follow. Whenever you configure any point-to-point interface, you always make sure you never leave later I'll check that. No, it's going to be unnecessary burden on your configuration or troubleshooting. First, make sure my all point-to-point reachable or not. Then you move to the next configuration. This is my best practice and you guys have to follow that. Another I will configure 192.168.10.2 and again I will just configure and ping the dot one. Okay, so let's wait. It's going to be turn on and then I'll just go and do ping 192.168.10.1. It is also reachable. No, it's not reachable. But duplicate IP address. Why? Hold on. Oh, my bad. I just assigned two IP address here. I need to correct it. So this is how we can make the mistake. Okay, 192.168.10.1 to 55 to 55 to 55 dot 0. Okay. Now I hope this duplicate IP issue should be resolved. Yeah. Now let me try again one more time. And now should be reachable. Yeah, it's fine. I'll create another loop back. Loop back. I'll create the loop back should be 2 and I will assign the IP address 2.2.2.2 to 55 to 55 to 55 and 255 no shut. Clear. Now, what is our goal? The goal is we have to make my one source to another destination should be reachable. Means from here to here, 1.1, 2.2 should be reachable. So how it is going to be possible? I will try to ping the 2.2, it is not going to be pingable. So why it is not going to pingable? Whenever you do any kind of the ping test, you check your rib and fib table, especially the fib table. Do I have a route? If your answer is yes, then it will process the packet. If it is no, then it is not going to process the packet. Sometime when you go and check for the any routing based on the destination IP address. Sometimes if you go and check any routing based on destination IP address like 2.2.2.2, probably you are not going to find the entry. There might be chance specific route is not available in the routing table. Show IP route. If I check 2.2.2, it is not available in the routing table. But in case if I run a command show IP safe, uh, it is going to show me the entry of the route if it is available. But still we don't have any entry for any exit interface for, or I can run the command show IP safe 2.2.2. There is no route. You can see no default route even available. So safe is going to show you even we have any last gateway of resort. Let's suppose no specific route is matching in my routing table. So routing table is going to show there is no routing table available. But let's suppose I put whatever default route. So let me show you what I mean. I want to go from this to this destination. So technically I have to use the static route. But let's suppose I'm going to use the default route. If this want to go from here to here, I will use this link as a primary and this as a secondary. So what I'll do that, I will put one of the default route 0.0 and next up I'll put as a my 172.16.10.2. This could be the one routing. Second routing I can do that 2.2.2.2/32 and the next hop is going to be this one. And you find the difference. What is the difference is going to be happen when I use this route and what difference I'm going to get when I use this statement. You should be like going to be aware this all both of the scenario. So let me show you the first scenario. When I go here and I put one of the route IP route 0.0.0.0 0.0.0.0 and 172.16.10.2, this is my entry. Okay, now let's check. Hold on. First check show IP route. There is no route in table. Okay. But if I check show IP safe 2.2.2.2, this having entry. Safe is Cisco Express forwarding, right? It's actually, it is your fib table, right? Means even my routing table doesn't have the route, but my safe table is using my default route as a last gate of resort to forward the packet in the fib table. And that's why you getting this next stop. But let's suppose if I remove this route, what is going to be happen? Show run include IP route. If I remove this route, then what is going to be happen? If I go here, config T, no IP route. Sorry, I'll put no IP route. Now I'll put the one specific route 2.2.2.2, 255, 255, 255, 255, and next stop is going to be same. Now, if I go and check show IP route again 2.2.2, it is going to match exact entry in the routing table. See, and it's saying you can forward this packet via the your next stop. Even I'll go and check the show IP safe and I'll put the 2.2.2. You're going to find the same entry. We have the safe table. There's a forwarding table also going via the my same interface via the next hop router. So in safe table, sometime you have to run this command to just check. Might be you not have the route, but you always try to check safe table also for that particular prefix. Safe table might be no from the default route or some major prefix. Might be the any other prefix, summarize prefix. Even summarize prefix is going to show in the routing table, but safe table is going to help in terms of the any default route is going to be there. So that is going to be there in case of the any safe entry. So what I can do that in a state of this uh, IP route, I'll put one IP route to go via this. Okay. By default, what is the AD value of this route? Jishan?
Should be uh, 0, I think. The static route.
Static route should not be 0.
1 maybe. But
10.
1 is not directly connected.
No. Static route, always AD value is going to be 1. Okay. And which route AD value is going to be 0? Anyone know?
Connected route.
Yes. Connected route. This is going to be 0. And what is the RIP AD value?
120.
120. And we have the AD value EIGRP.
90.
EIGRP external route.
170.
170.
EIGRP summary route.
5.
Yeah.
Um,
OSPF.
OSPF is 110.
And BGP, basically IBGP.
Internal is 200.
And EBGP.
20.
Okay. And what is the ISIS?
Size is
115, if I'm not wrong.
yes, 115.
115, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the AD value, right? So by default, this is the static route. So AD value is going to be 1. Okay. So we'll put this route. That's fine. Now, if I put this route, does this PC is going to ping the loopback address or not? What do you guys think? If I just put this route, if I just try to ping it, this 2.2.2, the ping is going to work or not? What do you think is a routing point of view?
No, it should not work because we need the reverse route as well.
Okay, fair enough. Sabir, what is your observation?
Oh, yes, like reverse route is not there.
See,
Of
I'm
course.
pinging from this router to this router. We define just a static route. And you both saying it's not ping, but it's pinging. How?
Yeah, because you put the specific route for this destination 2222, right?
Yeah, I put that. But you were saying there is no reverse route needed, right? That's why, because I put the specific route, it's pinging. This is the region or something else?
Okay, so the thing what is happening is that you're not putting the source. So basically the ping is going from the external interface.
External interfaces.
That's why it's able to ping back.
You want to see that? So debug. Okay. So let me try one more time. So what's source coming? Destination is this one because it's trying to reverse. Then your source is going to become destination. What is source coming? This one.
10.1, yes. The interface of
Does
the
this router
interface
know
of-
about this source? This source, no. This routing table have this source information. How can you check that? You again run the command. Do you have the route this particular source? The answer is yes, because it's directly connected, na? So we have.
yes.
Yeah.
So because of that, it is able to ping.
Mm.
Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
But when I just do the another thing, I'll go and use this source.
Source, yes.
It is going to ping or not this time?
No.
No.
Both you agree? No?
Yes.
Okay, so if I'm pinging, you can see there are debugs and it's showing that your packet is coming from this source, okay? Because it's showing the reply packet. So your source is becoming destination, but it is not replying because we do not have the routing. So packet is reaching to the router 2, but because of
Yes.
reverse or routing is not there, it is not replying. So what I can do that to make them happen, I can go and put the one of the reverse route pointing toward 1610.2. Make sense?
Yes.
And I'll click OK.
Next hop is invalid. One should be there.
Sorry, 1. Yeah, that's valid. Okay. Now I'll go and put it here again and try to ping. Say it is
Yes.
pinging. So this is how we make the communication. So now if I go and try to ping from here, like, hi Samson, Mandy, how are you today?
Good, sir. Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. What's your name? Samson only?
No, Susaman.
I Susaman. Okay, Susaman. Okay, okay, good. Okay, so I'll go and ping. We are doing the basic routing concept, so it's also pinging. So I'm able to reach from 1 to 2 as well. And see, it is going to take this source. Sorry, I need to do something differently. I'm fine. I need to go on one, so I need to, yeah, okay. So that's why it is getting, the source is getting this one and destination is getting this one, and it's able to ping. So now we understand how debug is working and how this routing is going to happen. So let me stop all debug. What next? The next step, in case if this link is going to be down, then what is going to happen? Do I have any backup route?
No.
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 So in that case, even you see here, if I make this port down from this router, here, it'll go here. Okay. Now you see here, if I go here and show IP route, still it is showing that
Static route is it.
static routing is there. So in case even I'm going to put the different static route, will that going to be installed? Because both AD is going to be same. Both route AD is going to be same. So if I want to use a secondary path and also I need to remove this route, then what is the method? The entire interface should be down, this side and this side. Okay.
Okay.
Let me resume. This side and this side. Both sides should be going to be down. This side and this side. If it is not going to down, this route is never going to be removed from the routing table. See, this route is there. But the moment I just down this interface from the remote side, suspended, okay? It is not removing this. Because why? Because your line protocol is showing the up here. Because it's Ethernet. You can see this is showing this is the up and up. So till the time it is up, your routing is going to be always there. But the moment I'll make this interface also down. In R2, you will see that in R2, one interface is going to be down. See, this is showing your down 0 by 0. But here in R1, it is showing up and up. See, so that's why this route is not removing from the routing table. So if I want to remove this route from routing table, then what I have to do that? I'll make this interface also shut down. Now I'll done, and now you'll see that this is down. And if I check now, show IP route, you are not going to find the route
One
available in
second.
router. So it removed from the routing table. So now if I configure two static route, then second one is going to be installed in my routing table. Agree? If I just configure one more route here, let's suppose I will put here, I'll configure default route 0.0.0, okay, 0.0.0, but next hop I'll put 192.168.10.2.
Two.
And here is the catch. You can see by default it's going to take a distance 1, okay, but I want to give the higher AD value. So what is going to happen? If it is going to be higher AD value, then in these situations, the first criteria, let me explain. The first criteria, it is going to be longest prefix match. We discussed now.
Yes.
So if 2.2 is going to be available, it will never going to check this one, even both having the same AD value. Agree? If this route is there, even AD value, default is going to be there. This also AD value is 1. Which one is going to install in routing table? This one is going to be installed.
Most
For
specific.
most specific route. If this is going down, then it is going to take a precedent. Now, if I put this route 2.2.2.2 and next up I'm going to put 172.16.10.1 and I'll put another route here and next up is going to be 168.10.1, then I'll put no AD, then it is going to take 1. If I put 2 AD value, then it is going to be act as a backup route. Clear? This is going to act as your backup route. So in case my primary is going to be down, in case my primary is going to be down, my backup is going to be coming, and this is known as your floating static routing.
What if we don't put 1 and 2? So by default, it should be taking 192.168 because it's
No,
I don't know.
in
It's not
case
the
it
longest
will
one.
try the load balance.
Yes.
Because they have the equal link, equal kind of the priority, everything. So it will just do the load balancing.
Prefix is same also.
Yeah, prefix is same. So both having the same capacity router and everything. So it is going to do the load balancing. So what I'll do that, I will, instead of a default route, I'll use the same prefix. Okay. I'll go here and I'll use the 2.2.2, right? And 255, 255, 255, 255. And I'll put AD value. This case is going to be, what AD value shall I put?
5
Okay.
and 10.
Let's
Yeah.
take it 2 or
2.
might be
Okay.
3 take. Okay. I'll put it
Okay.
here. Now if I go here, do show run, pipe include. Shabir, you can mute.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see there is 2 route. One is 1 AD value, one is 3 AD value. Similarly, in the other router also, we'll go here and I'll go in the config tree, do show run, pipe include IP route. And if I go here and I'll put another route, same route with a different next hop. So I will go here. This is going to be my 192.168.10.1.
1.
AD is going to be 3. So now you can check here, show IP route. This is going to be there. So now you have this route. So even now my link is down. This link is down, okay? But I'll try to ping. Will it get ping or not? If I just check here, show IP route 1.1.1, the route is available from the different path. If I go check here, do show IP route 2.2.2, the route is there with a different word. So I will just ping, hold on, I'll just ping what IP? The 2.2.2 with source 1.1.1, it is start pinging. And if I trace which path it is going to take, it is trying to take the backup path, the secondary path, because primary is down. So once I'll again get back my primary path up and working, then again it is going to be just change the path. I hope this is clear, right?
Can you please do show run and show both routes once again on both the routers?
Yeah, I'll show you. Just wait. You can see this is going via the 192. Now if I go here, show run pipe include IP route, you're going to find this one. Clear?
Okay, thank you.
I'll show here also. Let me show you. Clear? This is also clear? Now,
Yes.
what happen if this link is going to come back again? Which route is going to come in a picture?
Primary.
Primary, which having a lower AD. So let's wait. I'll run this command. Earlier the next hop was this one, but I'll run again this command. You'll find that your next hop is going to be changed automatically. Clear? So because this having the lower AD, so if I trace again, you're going to find that this is going via the different path. So what we understand? We understand about the static routing configurations and we understand floating static. And I hope you guys are clear about that. And you also understand what is the significance of the defining the source. Shall I go
Yes.
discuss new topic now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let me stop this recording and